Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT UK magazine issue number 11, and oh boy, this one is a hard one to get through. And the reason for it is not because of the artwork, because the artwork is actually good. There's a little mix up with the colours, so yeah, I've got that to look forward to. But it's mainly down to the fact that this issue is dealing with the villain Triple Threat. And to say the very least, he is possibly going to be the worst villain from Fast Forward, and yeah, let's get into this one. Okay, so this one is actually pretty interesting with the actual issue itself, because a few months before this issue came out, and even before this whole comic series came out, they did do a competition where basically people can send in their own characters in, and they'll be used for this comic, and they'll be presented as the bad guy for this issue. And they did have a few interesting characters which people did create, and they were okay. But there was one character which stood out to people working on the comic, and this character was called Shade. And yeah, I must admit, it's actually pretty cool. And I'm somewhat a little disappointed that I didn't actually send anything in for this competition at the time. And if anything, I'm a little bit disappointed that most modern comics don't do this now. I think it could be pretty interesting to see people's fan creation characters in modern comics. I don't know, I think a lot of people complain about it, but I think it could be cool, Yeah. Okay, so with the actual story itself, we do get to see Triple Threat. He's in the police car, and they're flying through the city. I think they're about to go to prison, and there's not really too much I can really say about it. We don't know what the cause is for them to be locked up or anything like that, but we do get to see them there. And that's when we do get to see the prison car thing. It goes crashing into another car, and that's when it's revealed that this new character called Shade comes out and basically reveals. But basically, actually, I don't know the gender of the alien, so yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting video. But either way, we do get to see Shay come out, and they reveal basically they've been watching the Turtles in Triple Threat since the match in episode 4. So yeah. So then going into the next page, we do get to see the Turtles. They're in the building. I'm not too sure what building it is, just because it doesn't look like any building which I've seen before in terms of the labs set out, because I don't think it's the penthouse from Cody's apartment. Also, I don't think it's O'Neill Tech, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, I just don't know, because it doesn't look like any sort of lab that we've seen before. But it's where the main story takes place, so it's interesting. So here we do get to see Raph and Mikey, they're on a teleporter, and Cody presses a button, and it's supposed to open up a time portal or something like that. I'm not too sure, it's science. And we do get to see the penthouse thing, or maybe not even penthouse, but the lab explodes. And that's when we do get to see the revelation that Mikey and Raph are combined and are sharing a body. And it's weird, because I just don't know what to really say of it. It's just one of those things that you don't really expect to see, but it's there. But at the same time, it really does fit this kind of story, and it works well enough, to say the very least. So even after that, they just don't really do too much. They just all just stand around and bicker about each other, saying, oh, Raph, you're really hard to live with. Mikey, you're hard to live with as well. And that's pretty much what they do for a page. So then on the next page, they're about to basically split the two people in half. But that's when the police car crashes into the lab, and that's when Turtles do start to fight a Triple Threat. And I must admit, at first, it is a pretty weak fight, because we do get to see Don and Leo jump in to try and stop Triple Threat, but Triple Threat just grabs them by the feet and smash them together, and then throws them away, and that's them done for this fight scene. But then we do get to see Raph and Mikey. They come in and fight, and somehow they already know how to fight Triple Threat, and not actually have any problems fighting in that body, which I do find weird, but I guess with this kind of story, something which you do expect, and I guess there was a little bit of a time skip as well between the story as well, so I can forgive him a little bit, but at the same time it just feels really weird. So then on the next page, it's really weird because they cut to the ending where the police are coming to arrest Shade and Triple Threat, but then all of a sudden Mikey and Raph, they're all in their own bodies again, and it annoys me so much of this scene. And the reason for it is just because I would prefer to actually see them like actually undo each other. It makes sense, but it just feels weird to, like, from going one page where the two characters are combined, and then going into the next page where the two characters are separate, with no real, basically, information on how they basically combine each other. So it does feel really weird that they didn't really explain it, but it's one of those things that was just there, you know, and it was like okay, I want to say, but it's really annoying because it's. I just wish they could have done a lot more. It's so annoying with this bit. Now, I must admit, overall, I do feel as though that the artwork for this issue was pretty great, and this artist has done a few other issues before, and yeah, they are still one of the best artists for this UK magazine. I mean, my only problem with the artwork for this issue in particular, I'll just say, it's just the fact that they just brought shade over and triple threats, and that's pretty much my only complaints about the artwork is the fact that I just draw them. But other than that, it was decent. Now, overall for the story, I do think that it's one of the ones that I do think works well enough for the UK magazines, and I do think it would have worked well enough for the show because it does have that kind of energy that would fit really well into the show. But I just do feel as though like, there's a lot in there. There's like, a lot left to be desired, I want to say, because I feel like there's a lot to be explored with the concept of Raph and Mikey being combined. There's already interesting things you could do there, but they just don't. And then also with the fact that in the last page they just separate each other with no explanation whatsoever. It's like really annoying, but it's just one of those things that's just so annoying. But, oh god. But yeah, I must admit, overall, I do feel as though that this whole thing has been interesting. I mean, I want to really like this issue because it's again like fast forward and stuff like that, but there's a lot of really big things in this issue, such as like triple threat, that's really making it hard to really like it, but it's gonna be one of those things. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Do you like this one? Do you not? Are you one of those weird people that actually like triple threats? And yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you don't, please share, like, subscribe, that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.